Hi, so I'm here to finally give you advice. That's a good intro. Okay, so one of my first writers says, I need some Binks advice. So I have this friend and I've known he's liked me for some time now. I started to get feelings for him in the past year, and I've been wanting to ask him out. However, he beat me to it! This was about 3 months ago. Ever since that day though, he hasn't brought it up, or even talked to me really since. I really liked him, but now I think the whole thing was a joke. What do I do? Do I take it seriously and ask him out, or just ignore it and don't bother with it ever again? AL. I'll be honest, this guy sounds like a scrub to me. I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything because you said you were friends with him and you developed feelings for him and everything, but if he asked you out about 3 months ago and never followed up on it or talked to you much since, that doesn't really show to me that he is either dependable or as into you as you thought he might have been. But knowing that he's kind of a scrub and not really done anything about the whole dating situation, I would suggest that if you absolutely want to date him or be with him in any capacity, just ask him out yourself. I mean, the worst that could happen is that he gets a weird vibe and doesn't talk to you, but it's not like he's not talking to you already. And the best that could happen is that it maybe rekindles a flame that was once there, and maybe, you know, you guys can actually go out and then something can blossom from that. But as of right now, just secretly pining after him and wondering if he was serious isn't really helping your situation. So there you go. That is my official Binks advice. Man, I'm having fun doing this already. So my next writer, as many of them, is a girl with another relationship problem, so let's dive right in. Kristen writes, Alright Zach, well here goes nothing. The past week I've been having problems with a boy that I love deeply with all of my heart. We broke up 9 months ago, and in that time period he had a new girlfriend, but we still talked and were best friends the whole time. The whole while he had his girlfriend, we had a promise that we would date again because we both still love each other. His girlfriend dumped him at the beginning of the week with reason I fell out of love. That's a pretty lame reason. This boy and I started dating again that Monday and added it to Facebook a day later. That means it's official. The next day when we went to school, his ex-girlfriend told him that she still loved him and that she dumped him because she said he could do better. So, all in all, she lied to him. I guess that's an important detail. So after that, he said he was in a situation in which either way he could not win, which was kind of like a slap to the face to me, you know? But it took him 2 days and he made his final decision to take a dating break from both for a month or so, and we'll just have to see what happens. I know this is a lot, but I guess it's just me asking, what should I do now? Is it best to move on? Do I wait? I mean, I can't see myself moving on or not loving him. Okay. Okay, Kristen, I think it's safe to assume maybe you're in high school, so, you know, younger than 18 or so, and I totally understand how this can seem like somebody that you can't learn to unlove and somebody that you just have to be with or have feelings for. But the fact of the matter is, when you guys broke up, he moved on and got another girl, and then this girl proceeded to dump him, right? And then when you guys got back together, all it took was for this other woman, let's just call her, to, I guess, you know, bat her eyelashes and say, oh, I still love you, to make him question his whole relationship with you. Maybe it's hard to see with hearts in your eyes for this boy and everything, but that does not sound like the person you want to be in love with. Now, you say you both agree that you love each other, but if he sincerely and selflessly loved you, would he drop you like a hot tamale because of something another girl said? It might be painful and it might take time, but in my honest opinion, I think you just gotta learn to love another person, because this guy sounds really fickle and his love sounds really conditional. So that just is, you can do better, honey. So there you go. That's my second piece of Binks advice. My next writer has a question about relationships, but this is of the friendship variety. Sam writes, I've been having trouble with one of my best guy friends of late, and even after I tried talking to him about it, he hasn't really changed anything. I told him again the other day I'm really getting tired of how he's treating me, ignoring me, blowing me off, lying to me, etc. And to apologize to my face instead of through a computer screen if he really means it, to no avail thus far. I miss the friendship we once had. This kid means a lot to me, but I'm not sure what to do now. I'm afraid of just making things worse. It seems to be a reoccurring theme for me to suggest for my writers to move on from these people they're writing about, but I truly do think you need to move on from this friendship. Now that I'm in my 20s and I've had plenty of friendships and gained friends and lost friends and every other thing in between, it's really easy to let somebody treat you like crap because you remember how good things were, and you basically deal with the crap and the bad way that they're treating you because you're holding out for the possibility that maybe there's something you could do or something you could say or just something to rekindle this friendship or to get that person back to how they were before. But the thing is, what you're holding out for is essentially a person that doesn't exist anymore. He's a different person now. It sounds like, at least, and you can't keep holding out for a friendship and a friend that you're never going to get back. Confront him in a very civil and, you know, open-minded way and just ask him, like, if you're wondering what happened, just ask him what happened and ask him why he can't talk to your face about it. Ask him, is there anything we can do to save this friendship? And if there's not, then you just gotta let it go, or you're gonna be suffering for no reason. Because I've dealt the same thing before, so I hope my advice helps with this situation. My next writer's name is Tanner, and he's got some friendship problems too. I know you're a deeply Christian guy, so I wanted to know your opinion on this. I'm 16, in high school, and I'm bisexual, but I definitely lean more towards guys. I've struggled telling anyone, and the only people I've ever been able to talk to have been through YouTube and the internet. The advice I'm looking for, and sorry if this is way out of your league, but how do I become comfortable enough with myself to start telling people? Well, Tanner, I would have to say that I don't think you should be afraid to be who you are, and not only that, but to also feel like you could be honest and sincere with people about who you are. I think that everybody deserves love and acceptance, and I think that's what Christ wanted. And if you're worried about what other people think of you, and whether that be potential friends or whatever, I think that if someone decides that you're not worth knowing or being friends with or whatever else because of one aspect of your life, then I don't think they're a very good person. What I mean by that is, if said people were in your life, you know, prior to knowing, and if you telling them that you're bisexual changes things for them, then that means that their relationship with you, whether it be friendly or romantic or whatever, it means that their relationship and feelings towards you are conditional, and that's just bad news. I really think that you've just got to be yourself and not be afraid to be yourself, to 100% you. It's like Juicy Juice. So I genuinely hope that helped, and forgive me for comparing you to Juicy Juice. My next writer's got a problem in the bedroom, and I guess this question is a little more mature than my other ones, so you've been warned. Dear Binks, I have a boyfriend and we've been having sex, and it didn't bother me so much that we haven't said I love you. But now it's really hit me, and it really bothers me. I know if I tell him he'll do anything to make it right, but I don't want him to feel like he has to say I love you. But I don't want to just feel like an F-buddy. Should I talk to him, tell him how I feel? Should I get a friend to fish for info? What do you think I should do? What would you do in this situation? Sincerely, not an F-buddy. Well, you asked what I would do in this situation, so I will be honest. I am still a virgin, and I specifically haven't slept with anybody because I do want it to be with someone that I am, you know, deeply, truly, madly in love with, Isn't that a song? Now brace yourself, I'm about to get real psychological on ya. So item the first, you guys started sleeping together without exchanging I love yous. Item the dose, you said that it didn't bother you at first, but now it really gets to you. Now I don't know if it's subconscious or what, because I don't know what could have changed your mind, but it sounds like all along you did want that person to be special and to be someone that you loved and loved you back. Now it sounds like you feel bad enough about it, well, that you have to write me even, and if it's getting to you that much, you have to talk to him. Know that you don't want him to feel obligated to say or do anything, but growing up, my dad always said that relationships exist on two things, and that's trust and communication. Now, it sounds like you trust this guy plenty. I mean, you guys are sleeping together, so you're fine in that department. And there's the fact that you haven't said I love you, and that you're too afraid to even bring it up. Now, if it's eating at you this much, that clearly means that, you know, that love and vocalizing that love is important to you. And if it is, and if you're in a relationship with this person, what's important to you should matter to him. But contrary to popular belief, we're not mind readers, and sometimes, as much as you'd like us to just get it, guys need to be told stuff. So yeah, just tell him how you feel, and if he's worth your time or your love at all, he should understand, and you guys should be able to work it out. My next writer seems to have a case of the cold feet. Now, I'm going to paraphrase this because the details are kind of long, but what you guys need to know is that Kay is 22 years old, and she has just become engaged to her boyfriend of 5 years. She says it feels right and all, but she wants to know, how do I know if he's the one? Now, Kay, in your email that you sent me, it doesn't sound like you can even really think of any reasons of why marrying this guy might be a mistake, but, you know, you are freaking out because you do want it to be, you know, a lasting marriage and him to be the one, but, you know, like, I'm assuming everybody does. You're having second guesses here and there and wondering, oh my gosh, is this right? I'm engaged. Am I making the right decision? This is a marriage. This is forever. Oh my god. I think it's good that you wonder from time to time, because that means that this decision means so much to you that you want to make sure you're making the right one. And that means that it's important, and it should be important. I mean, it sounds like you love the guy either way, but here's my final piece of Binksy advice for you. Now, I've never been engaged or married, but hopefully when, you know, the right girl comes along and I decide to get married, I don't think that the reasoning should be, well, I guess I could live the rest of my life with this person. I think instead that the reasoning should be, I don't want to live my life without this person. So there you go, that's the best advice I can give, and I hope it helped. So that wraps up the first installment of Dear Binks. A ton of you wrote in, and I do plan on at least answering back emails that I didn't in this video, because some of these questions were really intense, a little too intense to address in video form. If you've got a little something that you need advice on, just write me at dearbinks@gmail.com, or leave a comment here, or go to my forum spring or Twitter or blah 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 blah. That's all for now. Sincerely, Mr. Binks.